What's up, everybody? Ezekiel Corbis here, and we are gonna make my first ever video sharing the gospel, interviewing people, being spirit-led. Me and my friend Gio, we just got done praying, and so we're gonna see what happens. So stay tuned till the end of this video. All right, so right now we're just walking the streets downtown Milwaukee near the waterfront. We're just praying, asking the Lord, Lord, where do you want us to go? We're figuring it out. So it's okay. We just Gio just ran into I don't even know what the heck you'd call this thing here, but anyway, so we're walking. We're looking for people to talk to preach the word. We're gonna ask them a question like, hey, what do you think the purpose of life is? Or like, what would happen if you were to die tonight? Do you know? We're just going for it. This is like the debut, man. This is the debut, we're figuring it out. So there is a wonderland right here. And we're gonna see how it goes. We're thinking there's gonna be some young people there. We'll go crazy for this mic. That's how it goes. I don't know why. But anyway, stay tuned, YouTube. Hey everybody, I'm out here with my new friend Howard. Just met him. He's got some killer nunchucks. Could you show us those nunchucks, Howard?
Yeah, you know.
Sick. Show some of your moves. On the streets of Milwaukee. You don't want to mess with this guy. Wow. So cool. Howard, how old are you?
44.
Perfect. Well, Howard, the first question I want to ask you is like, what do you think the purpose of life is?
Living it. Living that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't live life like they're supposed to. They worried about like they worry just pretty much they worry too much. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta live life, let life be what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't know, it's kinda hard to answer that question.
Thanks for sharing. Would you say, just living life, a lot of people miss out because of fear. Have you ever like experienced fear yourself and it's caused you to miss out on something?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. I believe everybody has. Everybody has. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter if you're out in the streets or even like in the business world, you know what I'm saying? It's like going for shit that you want, you scared sometimes, you know what I mean? And that fear to stop you from doing what you need to do. You know what I mean? So
Right.
like everybody, I think everybody has been through that at least one point in time.
Yeah.
You probably went through this before this YouTube channel.
I did. Honestly, like, yeah, doing this, I'm like, man, what am I doing? I got a mic. I'm going to interview, random people. But you've been so gracious to us. I got another question for you.
Yes, sir.
It's like a little pivoting, but it's similar. So I see what the purpose of life, but do you believe in an afterlife, Howard?
No.
No.
No. Nope. Eternal darkness.
Eternal darkness. Can I ask why?
Because when you go to sleep, do you see when you go to sleep, or is it just eternal darkness? You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to sleep, it's the same thing as dying. I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think there's afterlife. I think you're just dead. To be like, I guess, higher powered about it, you can think there's an afterlife, or maybe even, I guess, help you through with dying or having the fear of death, that there is an afterlife, but coming from me, I don't think so.
Have you ever looked into like all the near-death experiences? Like people, they die,
Come back.
they come back, and one thing I've noticed, or at least I've looked into it, is that they all are very similar. A lot of it's like I died, I was falling down a dark tunnel. A lot of people describe kind of what would seem like a hell, right? Like as in the Christian religion sense, right? And then and others even describe kind of like a heaven, like this light. Like I died and I just saw light and I knew it was all love. Have you ever heard of those?
No, I haven't. Like, so to keep it all the way honest, like the only people that I've heard talk about dying are people on Fetty, and they said it was the best feeling ever. Like it's kind of weird, but they said it was the best feeling ever. But then they were dead.
Interesting. What do you think? You mentioned sleeping, that it's kind of like death, or it's kind of like mimicking death, in your opinion. What do you think about dreams, though? Because like, there's some part of us when we're sleeping are conscious.
I think it's future telling.
Future telling.
Future telling. Yep. Because all of my dreams, I see later on in life. Ain't no telling when, where, or how long it is from the dream, but it all comes true. Well, it don't all come true, but it all takes place in reality, and then I'll notice it from my dream. You know what I'm saying? Like this looks familiar, but then I realized that it was a dream that I had. And I actually just did that today. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting over at a park down the way and realized that it was one of the dreams that I had, that I was sitting at that park. It's crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, I've had kind of my own interesting experience with dreams. I actually I had a lot of random crazy dreams before, but it was only like about until 3 years ago I started having dreams about like God and stuff. Have you ever had one like that?
I ain't never had one like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, it was kind of wild. You one more question.
What did God look like?
What do you look like?
Yeah, what did God look like?
Well, I'll share. So one I had actually like last night.
Okay.
Or not last night. It was 2 nights ago, right? I'm looking at my cameraman. He knows because we're good friends. But I had a dream that I was almost on like a school field trip, and on this field trip, there was like a certain scene where we saw Jesus beaten, bruised, and bloody on a cross, and we were looking up to him. It was me and some others. I don't really remember who they were. And we were looking up to him, and we were just kind of like mesmerized by it. Like this ugly thing, crucifixion, right? Like bloody, it's bloody, man. It's so ugly, but we were just looking at it, and we couldn't stop. Then the dream cut to a different scene, and we're kind of walking in these hallways. It kind of has the look of a castle, right? And all of a sudden, there's like this gold money that's dropped. Kind of like you ever had those golden chocolates? They're like wrapped like that, right? So anyway, this money's dropped, and everyone starts thinking, okay, I'm going to grab this money. People start grabbing it, and then I remember specifically in a dream, I realized it was a trap. And I dropped the money, and I stopped, but there were still 2 people that were grabbing it. And as they kept going, it was seeming like they thought, it was almost like they thought it was going to answer all their problems. It was going to fulfill them, right? And then the ground split open, and it almost like it swallowed them. And what they thought, what they thought would lead to life actually brought death. So I had that dream last night. That's just one example, but have you ever heard anything like that, or what do you think when you hear that?
Well, that actually explains a lot, because money only leads to life in hell, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you make a lot of money, you only got to deal with a lot of people that want to get it from you, or get it, you know what I'm saying? We'll just get it from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, having money is not always the best thing.
Yeah, I think of like Jesus actually said something in the Bible. He said like the love of money. It's not bad to have money, but the love of it.
Yeah, I don't love money.
The love of it over God, mainly, he said, is the root of all evil.
Over anything, you know what I'm saying? Like people that love money, they do have a lot of it, and they do become rich, but at the same time, they are evil people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are evil people, because like you have to be an evil person in order to get a lot of money, because you got to be selfish, and you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to do something. You might even have to do something bad to get it, but it's
A lot of times, yeah, you do find that. You watch like the shows about drug lords and
Just drug lords,
not all of that.
the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like stock markets sports and shit, bro, they be cheating. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They be cheating. That shit ain't. It ain't just like you go invest in something and then your money just triple up. You know, nah, you gotta.
Yeah.
You know some people are you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta
Yeah.
work
Could
your
I,
ladder.
Howard? This is random. I'm just noticing this. You have a number 7 around your neck. What does that mean?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Just lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Because actually, so I didn't say this yet, but I actually went to a Bible school studying the Bible for 4 years. I just graduated, but number 7 is actually in the Bible. That's the number of completion. Like it means it's like the number of wholeness, completeness.
I never knew that.
I know it's kind of weird. What do you brings up another question? What do you think it means to be a whole person? Like when I say, man, like I'm complete, I'm whole. Like what would that look like?
I would say knowing and loving yourself, and knowing who you are, knowing how you got to be towards other people, and yeah, yeah.
What would like how would I find out like who I am? Like what defines, or I guess the better question is like what makes me
Who you are,
who I am? Yeah.
acting your normal self, and not being what people want you to be. Like being what you want to be, doing what you want to do, the way you want to do it. Not with things, but just with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just like you be you, and not let people make you you. Is how you be.
Yeah. Howard, do you believe like you know, we're here, we're in the flesh, right? We're humans. There's not one person on this planet that looks exactly like you.
Well,
How did we become?
Kinda. My dad looked just like my dad.
I mean,
I look just like my dad.
I look a lot like my dad too, but
And my brother, I swear to God, like, okay, so I walk into my auntie's house. There's a picture of my brother's dad and his wife on the wall, and I said, how is Melvin in the picture with Auntie Debbie? He's like, that's not little Melvin, that's big Melvin. And I swear to God, they look like twins. Like, you would not believe how, like, it's crazy. Like, it's hella crazy. It was like that with one of my homeboys too. His son came out looking just like him too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they baby pictures, you couldn't tell them apart.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if we were to get down to your DNA though, there would still be a minor difference, obviously, right?
A little bit of a difference.
Right. So the question I bring up is like, do you believe that we just kind of like human beings, we kind of just happen, like maybe we came from bacteria, or do you believe?
About that one. I'm still working.
Do you believe we were like created like, or something like that?
I'm still working on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't get the concept of how in the fuck this shit came about. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause just all of a sudden, I don't see that.
Real?
You know what I mean? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's
Could I give you my take on that a little bit? I look like, let's say, let's just take something like your eyes, right?
Okay.
You're able to see, right? Like you can see how many fingers I'm holding up. Like you can see me.
Right.
You can see your dog.
Right.
But like, the thing I think about is like, how do you get an eye from nothing?
Right.
How do you
get a whole human?
How do you get a dog? Right? And I would say it's like there had to be an intelligent designer of some sort.
A being already here,
There had to be, like a being already here.
or around.
Around, yeah.
Because, like, just for us to pop up on Earth, we could have been like organisms and just grew. Possibility. It's a possibility, but
It's a possibility. I'd say it's unlikely.
it's
Let's
kind of far-fetched.
think about this. A lot of like, I guess like what the evolutionists would say is that like we came from bacteria and eventually we became apes, and then from apes we went to,
Nah, I don't see that.
you know,
So
Yeah.
I'm like, if we was apes at one point in time, how comes the apes nowadays are not doing the same thing?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I don't see it. Here's what I would say their argument is like. It's like saying if I have a watch, right? Say that watch is totally destroyed. It's in pieces.
Okay.
And then I'm like, here, I got a way of how this watch is going to get put back together. I start tossing all those pieces up. I'm like, at some point, by chance, all these pieces are going to evolve into a fully formed watch. You would say, you're ridiculous, right?
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
I would say the same thing. And but if I told you, Howard, I'm like, but Howard, it happened over 1,000,000 years. You'd be like,
I would be like, that's a long time to be tossing up a watch.
for real, right? So I would say in the same way, the atheistic or evolution argument is faulty in it. It says, oh, well, like, just because over many millions of years of time, human beings just came to be, in so many words.
How in the fuck did you get information from millions of years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
where the fuck that come from? Like, how did you time travel or something? Which might be possible.
For real, do you know Marty McFly? I don't think so.
I don't know no Marty McFlies, but that don't mean there ain't none.
You never know. I dreamed of being like having a time machine myself in the DeLorean, but
No, but they might have time travel.
yeah. I would say the view I take is that there had to be some sort of divine, intelligent being that meant to make humanity. He meant to make humankind. He had some purpose for us being here, because otherwise we're just sucking air and we're gonna die and decompose for no reason.
The thing is we're the only beings on this planet that's destroying this motherfucker. Everything else is a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
For real. It's like, actually, like, take your dog, for example. In a way, like, we kind of rule and reign over animals. Not in like a cruel way. Like, obviously your dog, you love him.
We don't
But-
rule and reign over animals. Them motherfuckers rule us. We take care of them. We do what they want. You know what I'm saying? We
In some
might
ways.
tell them what to do, but we got to do everything they want us to do. Everything.
You gotta
know?
get it shots and all that.
Yeah, everything. You take it out the shit, pick up the shit, like, you bite their ass, yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, pets is they live a good life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had life like that, might be fucked up, but at the same time, you wouldn't have no worries.
Yeah. Can I ask you a
Unless
question,
had a fucking
Howard?
owner.
Howard, have you ever heard the word euangelion? Have you heard that word before?
No.
No. So what that word means is it actually is the Greek word for gospel or good news. You've heard about good news before, right?
I know about good news.
There's a lot of bad news in the world, but not much good news, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right?
Would it be okay if I shared, in my opinion, what I've found in my 22 years of life, what I've found to be the best news? Would it be okay if I shared that with you?
Yeah. What's the best news? What's the best
Come
news
on.
you got?
So the best news, it starts out good, it gets bad, and then it gets better again. It's kind of like, you know. But anyway,
So, the best news is we're here.
in some ways we will get to that.
We're here.
Okay, so think about this, Howard. So the good news is that in all of eternity, before anything was created, that there was a God who calls himself Yahweh. And Yahweh is made up of three persons in one. It's kind of a mystery, but I'll explain it so it might make a little more sense.
Kind of makes sense already to me because I look at myself as three people in one.
You're the first person that's told me that. That is wild. Yeah. But anyway, Yahweh,
I mean, I do got three different names.
it's crazy. But anyway, so Yahweh, he's made up of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And the way it goes in eternity, before anything was created, these three persons, they're so in love, in a pure love, in a holy love, that they were literally one. And I know it's kind of like hard for us to wrap our minds around that. But so they were literally one.
So, ain't according to the Bible that Jesus or God created us or something like that?
Mhm.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So, if that's the case, then why are they still trying to come up with where we came from?
Yeah. I got you. I'm getting there. Trust me, Howard. Trust me. So, because God was in this, like, we call it like a triune relationship with himself. right? Basically, God wanted to extend this love that he had in himself to humanity. So he created mankind, what would be humans. But he created us, he did something different with us than he did with the animals.
Then comes the question, where the fuck did he come from?
We'll get to that. The thing is, he made us in his own image and likeness, and that's kind of what separates us from the rest of the world.
So saying that, do you believe yourself to be a god?
No. I'll say why. In his image, I mean in his image and likeness, not the same essence.
I think the same essence.
Uh-huh.
If he made us in his image, that means we're his children, so that make us gods.
Not completely. Maybe like in a sense that we bear a resemblance to him in some way. But as in God as like authoritative over everything, I guess we wouldn't share in that.
Like, okay, so say I'm a god and I have a kid. That kid is God, right? So ain't that what perspired? Like he's the God, he made us, so we're gods. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a way of looking at yourself as a higher power too.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I think that, but what I do know is that God basically created me and you to be in relationship with him because he desired us to know him, to be a part of his family. But something happened. God gave us free will. So God created us to be in relationship with him. But God is also, he's holy, he's righteous, and he's perfect. And because he's perfect, he has a wrath. Humanity, we did something. He gave us free will to either choose him or not. And we chose to go against him and do our own thing. And that's called sin. Have you ever heard of sin before?
Yeah, like that. So everything that we think is fun in life is a sin to, I guess, Christians or whatnot. But at the same time, it's like, I guess God don't want us to do nothing. The devil wants us to have fun. So which life would you choose? You know what I'm saying?
Brings up a good point. Sometimes sin can be really fun in the moment. I won't lie. But what I found, at least in my life and the lives of those around me, is that even if it's fun in the moment, it always leads to death in some way.
Everything. You gotta die from something.
But the thing I want to get at, man, is that sin is so bad it actually leads to an ultimate death, which is an eternal separation from God, which was never meant to be. Because God created us to be in union with him.
Well, I'm a God. Like I said, I'm a godly man myself. I feel myself to be a God, so I live righteous, and it's not by righteous of Christianity. It's by the way of better of humanity. What I know is good, because everybody that's grown, they should know the difference between right and wrong and good and bad. You know what I'm saying? So if you're doing bad, you know what it is. If you're doing right, you know what it is, and I know what I'm doing.
All right, Howard. Can I ask you a few questions, real quick? I got you. So I'm gonna ask you. You're good, man. You're good. So how have you ever told a lie in your life?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
What do you call someone who tells lies?
A liar.
A liar.
Yeah.
Man, what does that make you?
Or just not telling people the whole truth.
That's a lie too.
It's actually, I don't see it as being a lie really, because like sometimes everybody don't need to know the whole truth. You know what I'm saying? Some people's knowledge base needs to not know some things. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll fuck off the whole rotation of what's going on.
Yeah. Well, Howard, I don't want to take too much of your time up, but thank you for being gracious enough to interview. I have a question for you though. Is there anything I could pray for you for? In you?
No. Is there anything I can pray for you for?
Honestly, no, but thank you.
Right.
Yeah. Great meeting you, man. Have a good one.
You too.